Hey there, and welcome back. We are now at part 4 of this week's New Comics Bitches! So, we have, uh, we're down to our two picks, our final two picks of the week. This, I'm sure, will come as no surprise to anybody, and that is Batman number 6. This is one of easily the freakiest covers I think I've ever seen. It's an amazing cover. Greg Capullo, he's just shredding this book to bits. It doesn't get much more awesome than this. As far as artistically. Now, while being great, still being a great issue of a great series, this is a solid 4.5 out of 5. But it's not 5 out of 5. And I'll explain why. As much as I enjoyed this issue, reading it from beginning to end, well, for one thing also, is that Capullo and Snyder, they set a really high bar for themselves with issue 5, which is, like I said, easily the best issue of this entire run on I know it's only 6 issues long, but I mean, for a Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo comic, it's they're all the issues are extraordinary in their own way. However, this issue, the one thing that for me was missing was it's a little light as far as I mean, I know that this is a pretty action heavy comic. The emphasis is really on the art, but the previous issue was much more of a balance of art and writing. The writing here is not quite as dense as what you would normally find in a Snyder comic, especially in a Batman Snyder comic. So that's where I felt a little bit. I didn't feel cheated. I just felt it was a little bit too. They focused a little bit too much on the art, which is astounding. I mean, for the art alone, it's worth picking up. But it's worth staying and keeping because Snyder makes it even better. But it's just not. It's not perfect. I mean, what can you do? I mean, you got to, the guy's got to have an off day every now and then. And this is not even particularly. I mean, if this is an off day for Scott Snyder, then you know that when he's on, he is way the fuck up here. So I mean, even if it's still up here, which is way above average, then we're still doing a really good book. So yeah, Batman number 6, like I said, a very, very solid 4.5 out of 5. Not quite 5, really close. Because I just felt it could have been a little bit more dense with the internal monologue, dialogue, the action. The moment in which he kind of makes his escape, and he's again, the detective elements of Batman are here. The survival elements of Batman are all here. So I'm dying to see how the rest of this plays out, and I can't wait until we get the backup stories about the Court of Owls, because I'm really fascinated to learn more about who these people are and what they've been doing. But Book of the Week honors for this week go to New Avengers number 21. This is simply an astounding issue. It's just fantastic. It was almost everything that you could hope for. Again, we had last issue, we had the big bad brawl between the Dark Avengers and the New Avengers, and however, this has the brawl between the Ragnarok, which is the clone of Thor, and the New Avengers. And just from when, they kind of scatter and then Wolverine just charges right at him, claws out, and just starts hacking away at him. And Thor, and Ragnarok just keeps using kind of like the thunder power on, Wolverine's face and everything. I mean, it's just, you could tell that Wolverine is taking one hell of a beating. And Spidey's kind of saving the day a little bit for some of these people. But there's, again, there are these great moments with, with Wolverine, with Luke Cage, with Spidey, with Daredevil, of course, with Iron Fist. Has easily the funniest moment of the whole book. And you've got, of course, Norman Osborn and his Dark Avengers, and this mystery of how exactly is Osborn this strong, because he's had superhuman levels of strength before. That's never been in question, because Mendel Strom and the serum and everything like that created the Green Goblin. These are all part of who he is. But he is like, if he can block a punch and throw somebody, 20 feet, someone like Luke Cage 20 feet, that's a real question. And there's, a really great kind of a pseudo fuck you to when they kind of dropped the limp Ragnarok clone out of the mini carrier, and we have this this big moment at the end where it's like, okay, what's going on now? Now this is also, of course, it's tying into what is going on in Avengers. Now that also came out this week. I did have the chance to read that. I didn't review it because it's awful. It's a bad issue. Okay, I shouldn't say it's awful. It's still pretty. It's still pretty. Okay, it's not good. Because again, I appreciate how they're making it work as far as splitting the two teams up, and that it's like it's Madam Hydra and Gorgon and so on and so forth. But it's you've got all this other it just and especially the ending of this week's issue of Avengers didn't work for me at all. But this is this is what you want out of an Avengers book. There is some major all-out fighting here. There is some intrigue with the whole thing going on with Hammer and with Osborn and his Dark Avengers. So I mean, that's why I keep coming back to this, and why I have taken Avengers out of my pull box, because it's just not there. It's just not happening for me. But New Avengers 21, 5 out of 5 across the board. It's just, Mike Deodato Jr., what an artist, man. I mean, he is just awesome. I mean, I could read just about anything he does. I would get just about anything he does just to look at it, because it's just gorgeous. So that's it for the week in comics. However, we do have one other thing that we do want to talk about, at least that I want to talk about to you. And that is my contest. The contest is interactive, so I hope that it will be entertaining to you. Basically, for those of you who watch this, a lot of you have your own channels on YouTube. And a lot of you you're on Twitter and Facebook and what have you. Well, here's what I've decided that I'm going to do. I'm going to take a personal cause of mine, which is that of Last of the Greats. I very much want this series to continue very, very badly. The best way to do that is to buy the trade paperback, because sales of the trade paperback will determine if it comes back to series. I really want it to come back. I really want it to come back to series. So I've already ordered a copy for myself. I have helped my local comic book store, Gotham City Comics and Coffee, in Mesa, Arizona. I've already recommended to them that they double their order of trades of the Last of the Greats, because I believe this is going to be a bigger one. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my hands on at least one other copy, and that copy is going to go out to somebody out there who can get me, James Donnelly, the most subscribers out of all of you. This is an open invitation. Whoever can get me the most subscribers to this channel on YouTube will get, wherever you live, a copy of the trade paperback of Last of the Greats sent to you. I wish I could say that it was going to be autographed or something like that, but it's a comic book that if you haven't read, I think you should read. If you have read and have already collected, I really believe that you should have the trade. So this is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to give you one, and here's how the contest is going to work. Spent many minutes formulating this idea. Okay, if you convince somebody to subscribe, they have to leave a comment for me on not just an individual vlog, but or if it's an individual vlog episode, that's fine too. So, but they have to leave a comment saying, that they just subscribed, and they have to tell them who, they have to say in the comment section who recommended them. So if I see Comic Noob, or if I see Hell is for Blogs, or if I see anybody else who's out there, Dak and Howlett, if if you're watching, Costin Bromstar, if you're watching, these are people, so because I want my word to reach more people, and I don't feel that it can do that. So the most people who can get, the person out there who can get me the most subscribers, now it will end, and I put this on my calendar but I forgot. The contest will end on, now since I normally do this on Mondays, it will end on the 3rd of April. Now since I normally do it, on Sundays, Monday to view, so I'll give it until the 3rd of April. Whoever has gotten me the most subscribers, and I'm just typing this in, reminder on my catalog, whoever's got me the most subscribers by the 3rd of April will get, because the trade paperback will be out by then, and I will send it to you. I will buy it for you, and I will send it to you. No postage and handling, will be necessary from you for me to send it out to you. I will just send it, because that's the kind of guy I am. I want to do something for you, since you guys keep coming back and doing something for me by reading, by watching, and by commenting. So that is my contest. Who could ever, like I said, reiterating one last time, by April 3rd, whoever can get me the most confirmed subscriptions, just have them in their comment. Make sure that they write a comment after they've subscribed, either on my channel itself or on the vlog, that this is the person that sent me, this is their username. I will reach out to you and I'll say you won. I'll reveal it on a vlog. I'll do a special vlog probably on the 4th of April saying, okay, this is who won, and here's your copy. I'll be holding it up, and just, I'll reach out to you via however I can, and so I can get your address, and I will send it off to you. So that's it. So, okay, so that's this week's new comics, bitches. Start spreading the word, people, because I know that you want that trade, and I know that I want to send it to you. So until then, this is James Donnelly. James Donnelly on Facebook, at Donnelly92274 at Twitter, Shadow Gallery, the Shadow Gallery Comics.tumblr.com, not a lot new there. But anyway, that's it for this week. Take it easy. So long.